Hi friends, welcome back to my channel Modern Quantity Surveyor Key Skills to Have. So the competency that we are focusing on is client care and it's about stakeholder management today. Quantity surveyors or professionals should consider client loyalty as their highest obligation and stakeholder management is a key way to manage this. In the competency example for the client care, you need to establish project holders and their status. So who is a stakeholder? A stakeholder is any group or individual who can affect or is affected by the achievement of the organization's objectives. Another definition from Prince 2 says any individual, group or organization that can be affected by or perceive itself to be affected by an initiative, program, project, activity, risk is a stakeholder. Stakeholders could be people that count and you may not even be aware of their existence. So stakeholders can be internal or external, positive or negative, individuals or groups. It's all about the people. And the list of stakeholders in a project environment includes client staff, colleagues, team members, local communities, investors, funders, media, regulators, internal business departments, end users, and so on. This is a very good map from the RICS Managing Communications First Edition guidance. It gives you an idea about who are the stakeholders in a project environment. Includes the press, local community sponsors, building management and so on. So what is stakeholder management? The systematic identification, analysis, planning and implementation of actions designed to engage with stakeholders. Effective stakeholder engagement is most important in the initial phases where the objectives and success criteria are being established. The satisfaction of stakeholders is very important in assessing the success of construction projects. Every project delivers not only benefits like new employment but also costs like relocation, traffic diversion to its stakeholders. Now, stakeholder engagement by RICS and Association of Project Management is a very good guidance to anyone who encounters human as well as technical challenges, and it is aimed at project and program managers. Human factors are most likely causes of problems or failure, hence stakeholder engagement is recognized as key success factor on projects of all sizes and sectors. And stakeholder engagement is an integral discipline within project management. It's just not an add-on or separate activity. Aggregate of feelings and attitudes of all parties involved in the project define whether the project is successful or not. For example, customer requirements is essential for making good decisions throughout the project life cycle, including decision about project scope, contract strategy, scheduling, resourcing, and risk management. The key principles of stakeholder engagement have been identified and this can have a positive impact on the engagement of stakeholders. So what are they? First, communicate. Second, consult early and often. Remember, they are only human. Plan it. Relationships are key. Simple but not easy. Just part of managing risk. Compromise. Understand what success is and take responsibility. There is another video you can watch to know more details about these principles. So what is stakeholder engagement involves? What are the capabilities that you need to have? It involves juggling a mix of technical, financial and human challenges simultaneously, influencing others and balancing conflicting stakeholder interests, communicating effectively, applying intuition, emotional intelligence and empathy, building relationships and maintaining trust, dealing with ambiguity, uncertainty, risk and unknowns, working over long time scales and with evolving objectives, constraints and environments. Now, the Mendeley's power interest Grid or matrix is a very common strategic tool used in business management and stakeholder analysis. It helps to distinguish between different project stakeholders by categorizing them using their power and interest in the project. It also helps to reflect on key stakeholders, those who can make or break your project, and tailor strategies in engaging with each group and managing potential risks and conflicts. So, Mendelow's power interest grid of matrix. If the stakeholder has low power and high interest, then you need to engage with them effectively so that it can help to manage their expectations and mitigate potential resistance. Some examples of such stakeholders are community organizations, individual employees affected by a decision but lacking formal authority. If the stakeholder has low power and low interest in the project, so it doesn't mean you can overlook them, because if you overlook them entirely, it might lead to unforeseen challenges. And some examples of such stakeholders are members of general public who are unaffected by the project or distant stakeholders with minimal connection to the organization. What if the stakeholders have high power and low interest? But for such stakeholders, you need to keep them informed. And these include senior executives who are not involved in project directly, government agencies with minimal interest. Finally, if the stakeholder has high power and high interest in the project or decision, key players whose opinions and actions impact outcome significantly, these kind of stakeholders require very close engagement. And these include major shareholders, key customers, regulatory bodies, or influential community leaders. So, stakeholder engagement is not always a natural skill for people from technical backgrounds such as engineers and requires a change of mindset. So, are you ready to learn at least one competency a week? Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you and enjoy.